Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Natalie and this is Eve's Rising Tarot, and this is a general collective love reading for the person on your mind. It is for all signs and timeless, meaning whenever you find it, if the messages feel connected to your experience and they give you new perspective or understanding or a doorway beyond where you are presently, it's for you. Because it's general, I ask that you connect with your intuition and trust your intuition throughout the reading to ensure that you take from the reading only that which is meant for you and you leave behind whatever is meant for someone else. In this reading, we'll get into your person's overall energy towards this connection. We'll look at your energies towards one another right now, strongest crossing and connecting love energies present at this time. We'll shift over to you at that point and what you're being called to see, to release, to understand, and where you're being called to go and what you're being called to do, whatever the case may be and whatever comes out, and a little bit of guidance and self-reflection and understanding on your part of this experience. All people in our lives are teachers and mirrors for things we need to see within ourselves. So with that in mind, let's get into it. So we will start with your person's energy and overall view of this connection. How are they viewing this connection presently? Their feelings, thoughts, energy towards it right now. All right. So first, pain. Apprehensive, afraid, and cautious. Perhaps afraid that this connection will bring or result in a pain that this person has felt before, either previously in other connections or maybe with you. This could be no contact or, a case where you're not presently in communication or in any sort of connection with this person right now. Longing, craving, aching, and wanting. So far, 2 black and white photos. Missing you, craving your connection, your energy, your presence. Karma, consequences, cause and effect, and debts. Your person feels that they are indebted to you for the way in which they treated you. They feel that with their behavior there is karma, or they deserve less than what they're receiving, from your treatment and from your perception of them at this time. Turning their back on this, but in doing so, it's causing this person pain. It's disingenuous. It's not true to what this person wants with this connection, and they're going against it because of fear. But in turning away from a path that they know is one that they will eventually walk down, it's causing all sorts of effects in this person's energy. Feeling unworthy, feeling that this person feels as though they wronged you and they don't deserve your connection, your affection. So in the images we have somebody with their back turned, face in the darkness, turning their back to the light and to the path. In another image, someone grabbing and reaching towards a light bulb, seeing the light, but still keeping the face in the shadows, knowing that this is the path, but not ready to tread down it because of a feeling of lacking unworthiness, possibly shame in looking back at their behavior. Now that emotions have calmed, intensity has subsided and clarity is here. This person feels guilty about their behavior. Okay. Let's see. your overall energies towards each other. What is your energy towards your person right now and their energy towards you? Okay, so what came out for you, your energy towards your person is the Knight of Pentacles. You've been working hard on creating a better life and habits, just in the way your daily routine goes and the things you put energy towards. You are improving your life and you're looking forward with this person. You want to be able to have stability. There is an eagerness, but a methodical way in which you're going forward, very slowly towards your person. I see this knight covered in armor, right? But looking towards the future, carrying that pentacle in his right hand, ready to go forward and forge. So there's a part of you that is ready to offer something stable and real to your person. You see a future with them. And you may have been very slow at getting to this place, but you're ready and you're feeling courageous in moving forward and laying out your cards for this person, showing them what you've been doing and what you have to offer. Okay, and your person's energy towards you, the Hierophant. A teacher. Somebody has shown you a higher and more expansive and way of viewing life. This person is essentially somebody who has taught you or showed you a new way of looking at this connection, but in general, looking at human connection overall. This person has opened your eyes and made you see in a way that is profound. And it doesn't feel like maybe your person is entirely aware of the impact that they've had on you. They've brought you to the doorstep of a new way of viewing your purpose here in life. So Hierophant is their energy towards you. This person carries themselves with dignity, with respect. They know that they are on a path that is not the same as the masses. Okay. I want to get a little bit more. Tell me more about the Hierophant as your person's energy towards you. If I asked you to stay, would you leave? Perhaps your person feels, standing in their power. They might be a spiritual person or somebody who is a leader or a teacher in some spiritual sense. And your person is feeling called to have your presence in their life, but they don't fully trust that you would stay. Anything else? I imagine you naked. So there is definite physical and sexual attraction and chemistry toward you from your person. And gossip only hurts more. So this could be a message that coming to conclusions and letting the mind create stories about what's happening only takes you further away from understanding your person. I just want you all the time. Another 8. And this really is in alignment with this. Longing, craving, aching, wanting. Your person is very confident in their connection, their relationship with a higher power and a greater purpose in life. But in terms of you, there is some insecurity, or not distrust, but just lacking in foundational confidence that there is something here between the two of you. Your person is very attracted to you, and they think about you often in a sexual way. Your person has a mentality that gossip only hurts. There's a message here in how they're viewing you that goes straight to the source to get the truth you seek. Not in a roundabout way or speaking to others or indirect ways. And I just want you all the time. That could be 8 of Wands. Okay. Let's see. What is the strongest connecting energy between you and your person? What is the strongest connecting love energy present between the two of you? Where do you align? Where do you meet eye to eye? Taking the leap. Courage. You have to let go of something good to get something great. Taking the leap into the unknown can be scary, but you are being called to have faith in yourself and the universe. If you want to experience the next level of success, you cannot stay comfortable. Enjoy the journey. You with your armor on, ready to come forward and offer something to your person. And your person here standing in this doorway, very confident and comfortable in the area of their spirituality and in their place as some sort of teacher or leader, but feeling very confident in the area of love when it comes to you. And I see it looks very familiar here. This woman walking towards that opening in the blue sky, and your person standing in that blue sky opening facing. So both of you are feeling courageous right here, taking the leap. Courage. This is where you're meeting. This is the middle ground. This woman, this figure in this image is very minimally clothed. And both of you are heavy in garments and protecting yourselves emotionally, mentally, spiritually, whatever the case may be. So courage, a message that if you're not feeling courageous, or if you feel you have to come protected or inauthentic, or in a way where you don't lay out your cards fully and let them be fully seen, it's a message to take off some layers of character, right? And find your authenticity in this pursuit of courage and in this act of taking the leap. And then at the bottom, on kind of a gray and white image, old wounds, patterns. We attract what we need to heal. And how I'd said in the beginning that we are mirrors to one another. Human connection and relationships of all kinds. The good, the bad, the ugly, the profound, the minute, whatever. We attract what we need to heal. So this is a message to look at your person. Look at the things that they're doing that are confusing to you or less than desirable or don't make sense or look like they're based in wounds, and see how that can be looked at within and how you may be operating from similar energy, and how you can see through the external view of this person in that energy. How can you see whatever is occurring within you with that energy? So we attract what we need to heal. Oftentimes we find ourselves attracting the same type of people or situations that are not the best for us. Until we choose to find the common denominator of what we need to heal and release, the cycle will continue. Go within to heal the pain layer by layer to find joy again. So, and that's very interesting that I just noticed. As I was sliding the card up, if you look at the top little, this right here, it goes very interestingly here in the dress. And it looks like old wounds and patterns underline this or underlie this courage. And an awareness of these old patterns is good, because if you're aware of them, they cannot operate in the shadows anymore. But this could also be a message for you to be aware of, in any way, shape, or form, how old wounds can create patterns of behaviors towards the people that you date, and could be playing out in the way you operate towards your person. And the eye, right, being, and this card being under her skirt could be, in the shadows or hidden or underlying. Petticoats and petticoats of layers. So old wounds and patterns. This could be the common ground, the common denominator, the aspect within each of you that has magnetized you together to see in one another. Often we find ourselves attracting the same type of people or situations that are not the best for us until we choose to find the common denominator. What is the common denominator between you and this person? Do you have a tendency to behave in the way in which they behave towards you that has triggered you or brought up emotions that are uncomfortable or less than desirable? With the eye, it could be an opportunity to look in the mirror and to look within yourself, to within your soul. The eyes are the soul, or the doorway to the soul. And to see how you may be mirroring and behaving in your own unique way, but similar energy to your person. All right. And what do we have next? What important aspect is being hidden? I'm going to get from this deck. What important aspect is being kept from you by your person in this connection, relevant to you, their feelings for you, their experience with you, their intentions with you? What is being kept or hidden from you? Thoughts, feeling trapped. Your person is keeping from you that they overthink, that they're in their head, and through these tendencies of overthinking and being very much in the mental space and trying to understand you and this through the mind, that is creating worries and fears. And this is also clarifying this here. Apprehension, afraid, cautious, pain. Feeling trapped in their mind. Okay. Let's see here. Let's see if anything else wants to come out. Anything else that the viewer's person is keeping hidden or unspoken from their person? Let's see. That's all that wants to come out. Okay, so give you a little bit more into that. Okay, what do we want to get? What is the strongest crossing energy? The existing between the two of you, strongest crossing love energy between you and your person at this time. 3 cards, marriage, the alchemist, and the poet. So let's see if I can show them all in one. There. Okay. So the strongest crossing energy. And these old patterns. Marriage could be referring to a spiritual or soul tie with this person that through this connection is bringing an awareness to alchemize and to transmute energy and beliefs within you to something else, something more poetic and beautiful. Crossing. When I see the similarity in these two images, in the marriage, right? This big black blockage and casted shadow, and the key to open and let the light upward, and understanding and clarity and expansive seeing. The process of alchemy is required. And these feel red. And to me, red feels, what does red, what do you see every day when you're driving? Stop signs. Red signal lights, red brake lights, things that halt you, things that are standing in your way and making you feel like you have to stop. And essentially they are asking you to stop because they need to be seen and understood so that they can be transformed, felt, healed, released, and moved and alchemized into something else. And this red kind of bleeding everywhere. This need to alchemize these things that halt you, that stop you, that stand in each of your ways, is a process in this marriage, this mirror image of each other that both of you are being asked to do. So the blocking energy is not pursuing, not acting upon awareness of aspects and beliefs within that need to be challenged and reshaped and recreated. These old wounds and patterns that are underlying, the courageous desire to go forward, and also in this energy, karmic energy, this person feeling unworthy, that their actions feel as though they make them unworthy, or that they owe you something, perhaps an apology, or to explain themselves, or to make it right, or to be accountable, whatever the case may be. I do also see the similarity I called out in the beginning when I saw these cards, these characters who are reaching upward towards light, right? And it feels like that is what this blockage is, that you're not, and your person is not in some way reaching towards what it is the heart desires, and what it is the soul and the higher self is calling each of you to see, or to do, or to act upon, or to be courageous in moving forward through. The poet. I want to see the connection of the poet and what that is saying here. Okay. Romantic, expressive, artistic. To the poet, emotions are inflated, even exalted. And I did feel that, right? These two cards, this marriage card with the blockage, two mirror image figures in the redness with the black blockage above them. Meeting, coming together. And in coming together, the process and the path of alchemizing and healing old patterns and wounds is being presented. These things that are halting, these things that are stopping, these things that are also taking over the energy field. There's redness. This could be, wounds that have turned into anger or resentment or frustration or bitterness. This red energy feels like it's not meant to be there or native or natural to the background or the landscape of these images. And also above this one, that black blockage, and it just feels very black and white. All that's being seen is the black and white of the old patterns that are not serving or relevant for the time. Okay, so to the poet, emotions are inflated, even exalted. The poet is in love with falling in love. The idealization of romance can be a fixation for the poet. If a romantic experience fails to be anything less than perfect, the poet is deflated and quick to move on to other romantic pursuits. This could also be the old pattern. Setting unreal expectations or needing to control how something works, and if it doesn't go exactly according to plan, walking away, giving up on it, moving on to the next, treating romantic partners as if they are disposable, or but the pattern and the wounding and the cyclical nature of this behavior is that the next person is just another opportunity for you to see this pattern. So it will be something that continues to happen for you and this person in some way. And for you or your person could be more prone or quicker to do this behavior, whether it be long-term or quicker. There is a tendency to dispose of and project outcomes and expectations on your partners. And when they don't meet those expectations, there's an ick factor or a walking away or something that just makes you lose interest, and you walk away and go on to the next, and your person as well in some way. Expressing emotions is a necessity in the poet's life. Through music or other artistic means, the poet is able to pour his passion into something more satisfying than the pursuit of perfect romantic love. The poet is a reminder to make time for creative expression in your life. So alternatively, this could be a call to channel energy and emotion into creative expression, whatever that is for you. Art, physical activity, dance, music, videos, video editing, whatever it is for you. I want to get a little bit more for, let's get a clarifier on this for you and your person. Marriage, alchemist, and the poet. This could also be taking these things that halt you and using them to create beauty and music, right? Focusing on this and seeing it as only one thing, one narrow way of seeing it. See why it's there, see how it's there to help you, and how you can move through it for your highest good. What feels like the direction that is calling you to go down it, or to alchemize, or to have courage and to take the leap in this. This blockage, this old pattern, this old belief, this old wound, you're being asked to alchemize it into something more beautiful. The wound is where the light comes in. The wound is also something that can really shift you onto a path that nothing else would have. Okay. Spirit, please clarify this crossing energy for the viewer and their person. Why marriage, the alchemist, and the poet for the viewer and the person they're here for? Okay. So we have a red card that came out for you. Projection. My mind does not rest. And this feels very much so like a mirrored energy, because on one side, on this side, what is your person keeping from you? Their thoughts, their feelings of being trapped, overthinking in the head, fears, worries. The mirror image, this soul connection and experience is, for you, my mind does not rest. Look at each story that repeats itself in your mind as a stranger would. Ask yourself, is this true? And listen to your higher self. This is the way to navigate through this blockage. In some way, you may be projecting an old pattern or wound or belief onto this experience and onto your person, unfairly painting them in a way of another person from your past. Projection. Red. This could also be connected to this red wound, red belief, this thing that halts, that you're being asked to alchemize into some form of creative expression or feeling of some sense. Okay, I'm gonna put this away, make some space. Okay, and so what has come out for your person? I am trapped. Integrate. Black pepper. Your person is being asked to allow the parts of themselves they hide to make themselves known. In the light, you will see the wisdom. Your person will see the wisdom they hold. This apprehension, this afraid, this cautious, this prison of the mind, feeling trapped. This is a cool reading, guys. This is so cool. So right here, I am trapped. Right? Feeling trapped. I am trapped. What they're not telling you. Yellow is a prison, like it's mental energy. It is the headspace, the ego, the identity, right? Your person is being called to see that they are whole. The parts of them that they fear are not worthy or good enough or on your level or would be accepted is simply a construct and a story of the mind. It's a paradigm. They need to allow the parts of themselves they hide to make themselves known, and in the light they will see the wisdom that these parts hold. In the light, your person's energy towards this connection, knowing this is the path, the way, the bridge, the doorway, the channel, but keeping their awareness turned away from that which they know their heart desires. Being called to it like a moth to the flame, but staying back in a safe distance to where they don't have to fully commit to the path, but yet they're intrigued by it. Feeling that their actions and the way they treated you was shameful, and they feel indebted to you, and that they should have consequences for their behavior and the way they treated you. So in a sense, feeling unworthy to come toward you. I am trapped. Very interesting. feeling trapped and halted by this red energy that is standing in their way, is keeping them at the stop sign, the light that is not turning green. Alchemize this signal light, right, for each of you and turn it green. How can you take this thing that stands before you in your path that halts you and alchemize it into something that allows you to move forward through either the same path or a new path with a new awareness, a new purpose, a new intention? This can be alchemized through inspiration, creative expression, the poet, right? Through feeling into the emotions that halting energy was bred from. What was the experience or experiences that put these stop signs in your way? My mind does not rest. These could be stories that you've allowed in your mind, that you have given a lot of life force and energy to create. Listen instead to your higher self rather than the ego. The ego mind has a tendency to create a lot of problems when it's put in the driver's seat. Oh, I know. Oh, I know. Me too. Okay, let's see. What does Spirit want you to bring your awareness to? What does your Creator, the source of all creation, where you came from and where you will one day return, what does this guiding force want you to be aware of? Self-awareness. Understand your inner needs and true feelings. Another reference to a mirror image. And that's what came to me in this marriage. Self-awareness. The masculine and feminine within. Understand your inner needs. What are your inner needs? What is it that you need? What is it that you feel is calling you, or that you want to create or experience in your life? And then dreams. Keep pursuing your innermost dreams and ideals. What is it that you're being called to create at this time? This creative expression that is the path and the way forward through this halting energy. It is your way out. Okay, let's see if anything else wants to come out. What are your inner needs? Okay, anything else, Spirit, that you would like the viewer to bring their awareness to? Enlightenment. The doorway. I had mentioned the doorway, the path, the bridge, the portal, the channel. Gain deep understanding and insight, opening the door to new wisdom. Follow the light. This also feels very similar in this, taking that leap and courage. Just the narrow channel of light and sky and day, right? Going towards that light. All right. I want to grab a soul truth card. What guidance does your Creator have for you? What guidance does your Creator have for you, for your highest good and greatest expansion? Am I apologizing for my truth? What part of you is apologizing for your truth and why? Today, be proud of your truth. Catch yourself when you want to apologize or withhold parts of it. You never know whose life you will change when you are brave enough to speak your truth. Be the lighthouse that shines on the courage that lives in all of us. This will give others permission to speak their own truth. There is room for all of us. Today's mantra is courage is contagious. And this feels very, very much like it's referring to this little old pattern and wounding that is underlying the courageous actions and movements you're trying to take in this experience. It's heavy weight. It's a ball and chain, this underlying old wounding and pattern. And until it's felt and given its due time to be felt and acknowledged and accepted as having happened and let go, it is still going to stir up the emotional wounding and make it almost as intense as when it originally happened. Only when it's felt can it be let go of. And if this could be, if it's something heavy, something that you don't feel that you are able to handle on your own, seek professional help to support you in navigating and working through these old wounds. And it did call to that, right? I'll read this again. Today, be proud of your truth. What is your truth? And why are you holding it back? Why are you, if this is meant for you, what is the purpose and reasoning behind apologizing for your truth? Catch yourself when you want to apologize or withhold parts of your truth. You never know whose life you will change when you are brave enough to speak that which is in your heart. Be the lighthouse that shines on the courage that lives in all of us. And that feels, it's not a lighthouse, but it looks similar to a lighthouse. Gaining deep understanding and insight, opening the door to new wisdom. Perhaps out of the darkness and into the light. Is that a Pantera? Maybe that's a Pantera song. I don't know. So be the lighthouse that shines on the courage that lives in all of us. This will give others permission to speak their own truth. There is room for all of us. Fear, shame, feeling inadequate, feeling all of these things that hold us back from speaking up and saying the things that they want to say, that is adversarial energy by definition. Don't let it win. The only way the adversarial energy has power over you is in the shadow, is in your fear, is in your unwillingness to push it out of the way. It's just smoke and mirrors and illusions. It only fools us into believing it's a big, strong wall. Courage is contagious. So again, am I apologizing for my truth? Okay. And I want to get one final message to close it out. What would you like to say to the collective for their highest good, Spirit? Be true to yourself in all ways. Not everyone will get you. They can only understand from their level of perception. And that's on them, no matter what people say. Don't ever doubt your worth or the beauty you hold within. Stand tall in your power and in your truth. I don't know if you'll be able to see it or if it will focus. Let's see. Maybe not. I'll read it again. Be true to yourself in all ways. Not everyone will get you. They can only understand from their level of perception, and that's on them. No matter what people say, don't ever doubt your worth or the beauty you hold within. Stand tall in your power. And today, in some way, something that you keep in the shadows, bring it out into the light. Let it be seen. Step into living in color and courage and out of the black and white of safety and stagnancy. Energy is meant to move. It's not to be halted and stood still. And when energy cannot move, it's like a pond without an outlet or an inlet. It will stagnate, it will mold, it will become unhealthy. Water and emotion and energy needs to move. So a message for whomever this resonates with, in what way can you move out of where you're at and where you've been and take one step into something completely different and new? And I want to close it out with an angel number. All right. What would you like to say to the collective? 111, enlightenment. Where did I see that? So enlightenment twice. And circle of love. I'll read that one next. Okay. Spread your wings. You are walking a path towards enlightenment where you will reach a state of being that transcends the physical realm. As you embark on a journey within, you touch the divine essence of your existence, discovering the realization of your true nature and the truth beyond the veil of illusion and ignorance. And I had a thought in the car today as I was driving around. There have been many times as I learn and I seek both inward and intellectually, outwardly through books and whatnot. There have been things and realizations and things that were new to me that were mind-blowing and pretty profound and new, right? And at the time, it was like, wow, this is incredible. I want to keep learning and acquiring that new either knowledge or wisdom was intense at the time. But as time goes on, that integrates. It downloads, it becomes your upgrade and your baseline of understanding. So it becomes just normal. There's at a point where that just becomes part of what you understand and part of your awareness as you operate and navigate forward. So if it in any way you're feeling like new things are not happening or you don't have that spark or that loving feeling of inspiration, it's a call to move. In some way you're halted and you're just in your comfort zone and your stationary place, and it's a call to move forward out of your baseline and into that new inspiration. Find more to be inspired about and to understand and to learn and to seek. Okay, and then what came out as well was circle of love. Your angels remind you of the sacredness of the connections that hold deep meaning to your heart. Take the time to deepen your bonds with your family, friends, and loved ones. They are your source of divine strength and unyielding support, a circle of love that surrounds you always. Move away from, and this was something I said in my intentional prayer before I began this reading, move away from heterodoxy and towards connectedness. Not necessarily self-serving, but isolation or not connecting with people. We need each other. We support each other. We blossom when we come together, if that is our intention. Find ways in which you can connect and pull yourself out of any way that you are pulling away from connection and going into the self. Come towards people if it feels right. Connect with others. Where did it say? Take the time to deepen your bonds with your family, friends, and loved ones. Reach out and connect. And if you're thinking about somebody, make that phone call and let them know. Or send that text message and let them know. Or drop by their house and let them know. There's no time like the present, and tomorrow is never promised. Okay, and I'm going to leave the reading there. I hope it was helpful for you in some way, and if it was, please let me know. And if it resonated for you and you got value from this reading, please take the time to like, share, comment, subscribe to my channel so we can stay connected. And I'm sending you guys all so much love. Thank you for being here with me, and I'll talk to you soon.